Hi friends, welcome back to Your Journey Yoga. Today we have a deep stretch morning yoga flow. And typically in the mornings our bodies are pretty stiff, so we are going to ease ourselves into this practice and allow our bodies to open up more naturally so that we can come into some deeper stretches. So whenever you are ready, you can meet me lying on your back and we'll extend our legs out long. You can let your arms rest either down at your sides, or if you want to, you could bring one hand to the heart, the other hand to the low belly. And let's take a nice deep inhale in through the nose. And an exhale through your mouth. Deep inhale in. Cleansing exhale out. And another one, inhale. And exhale. And at the bottom of that exhale, allow the body to rest more deeply into your mat. Allowing your arms and your legs to be super heavy. And notice if you are holding tension anywhere, maybe in the muscles of your face, in the back, the hips. Start to find places where you can integrate some softness, some ease. You might even notice some constriction in your breath. See if you can soften and deepen there as well. Allowing your inhales to be expansive and your exhales to be soft and grounding. Just noticing how you feel here. And letting whatever the body communicates with you be a form of information for how you show up to this flow. You might already know some places in the body that you are working with, some places that need a little extra gentleness. You might also be aware with where you are more open and you can go more deep. Just taking stock here of the body, of the breath. And also noticing if there is any tension or gripping in the mind. Maybe you're hanging on to something from before this practice, something that may be happening after. Any thoughts or opinions about how you are feeling today? Mentally releasing your grip a little bit here. And sometimes that's easier said than done, so give yourself some grace. See if you can energetically, mentally expand the space of the mind and just give your thoughts some room to travel in and travel out and just go as they please. And then as you're ready, slowly begin to draw the knees towards your chest and start to draw some circles. Doesn't matter what direction you start going, just start to massage out your low back. And then we'll switch directions. And then we're going to return back to center here. And we're going to cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Interlace the fingers behind your right thigh and hug that knee towards your chest. Keeping some awareness in both of your feet, and if you'd like to, you can keep that right knee bent, or you can extend that right foot up to the sky. Again, holding that back of the leg, drawing it towards your chest. And if it feels good to rock side to side here, you can do that as well. And then we're going to release our bind of our hands. Bring that right foot to the edge of the mat. And then let the left ankle guide the right knee over to the left side. So we're lengthening that right side body. If you want to, you can cactus the right arm. Maybe bring your gaze over to the right side. Now notice if you are holding tension again in the back body. See if you can soften. Relax your belly here. And take a couple breaths. Now very slowly begin to bring your knees back through center, uncrossing the legs. And we'll take it to the other side. Right ankle crosses over the left thigh, interlacing behind the thigh, pulling the knee towards your chest. Maybe pressing that right elbow into the right thigh. Option again to rock side to side. If you want to extend the left leg, you can. And then we're going to release that left foot down to the edge of the mat and let the right ankle guide the left knee over to the right. Lots of length in that left side body. Maybe cactusing the arm and turning your gaze. Releasing any tension or clenching in the back. Maybe releasing any clenching in the face. A few breaths here. Nice and slow, begin to bring your knees back through center, planting both feet on the earth. We're going to bring our hands down at our sides, palms facing down. Walk the feet a little closer up towards your sits bones, and then press the feet and the hands into the earth as one vertebrae at a time. You begin to lift your hips, coming into a bridge pose. Press your shins forward, pressing evenly into both of your feet. Lift the chest up towards your chin and your chin up towards the sky. Inhale in. And exhale one vertebrae at a time, lower back down. Bringing the feet as wide as the mat and windshield wiper your legs side to side. And then start to bring the knees up towards your chest and find a happy baby, grabbing the edges of your feet or your ankles. Allow the knees to open, thighs are heavy, nice and soft through your hips. If it feels good to sway side to side here, you absolutely can. And then we're going to bring those knees together and start to make your way into a seated position. And as you come into your seat, we're going to extend our left leg out long, hug the right foot in. And start to square your shoulders and torso towards your left foot. And on an inhale, we'll reach the arms high. And exhale, begin to fold over your leg, thinking about drawing the crown towards your toes, and then round through the spine, bring the forehead towards your knee, keeping your right thigh drawing down towards the mat. And then if you want to, you can reach the right hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Breathe deep here. And try not to push or force anything. So if you need to have a soft bend in your left knee, that's great. If you need some support under your Right thigh, right knee, you can bring a block or a pillow there. We're easing into this deep stretch, letting the body open as it wants to. So notice if you need to back off, or noticing where you can maybe go a little deeper. And then we'll very slowly roll our way up through the spine. And we'll take it to the other side, extending our right leg out. Squaring towards the foot. And as you're ready, reach your arms up high. And then fold over the leg. Same thing, drawing the crown towards your toes. Letting that left thigh draw down towards the mat, and then round through, bring the forehead towards your knee. Option again to bring that left hand to the outside edge of the foot. Notice if this changes the stretch much for you. And just feel here. Notice where the body is resisting, if it is resisting, anywhere. And notice if there's an invitation at all to go deeper, to relax more. And then begin to rise back up in the spine. And we're going to come to Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. And we're going to lengthen up through the crown. And we're going to start to draw some circles with the torso here. So inhale, scoops your chest forward, and exhale, round through the spine. You can be holding on to the toes or the ankles here. And then switch directions. And then the next time that the torso comes forward, we're just going to round over, bringing the forehead towards your feet. Feeling some spaciousness in the low back, hips, the groin. And again, if you would like some support to help your body ease into this, you can bring some blocks or pillows underneath your knees here. You could bring even a block or a pillow underneath your forehead. And take some slow, deep breaths. Again, just observing where you're tense, using the breath to release. Allowing thoughts the freedom to come and to go. And then begin to roll back up through the spine. And we'll make our way into a tabletop. And once you find all fours here, we're going to extend the left leg out long. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale, bring the left toes over to the right side. Take a peek back at your foot and create some length in that left side body. If you want to, you can pulse forward and back, maybe getting a little stretch through your calf. And then on your next inhale, we'll extend that left leg behind. And exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Maybe you walk that right knee back just a tad. Coming into a little runner's lunge variation here. So blocks can be a great option here as well if you want to bring a block under your hands, or come down onto the forearms, either to the earth or to a block. Few options to go a little bit deeper here. You could come onto the edge of your left foot, let the knee open wide if that feels natural in your body. And if you also would like a quad stretch and you are feeling open this morning, you could bend your left knee or bend your right knee and reach your left hand back for the foot. But again, tune in. Listen and make sure you aren't forcing anything in the body. Connect with your breath and find places to soften. You might even be holding some tension in your hips, particularly the left hip, so just notice. One more deep round of breath. And then from here, if you came onto the edge of your left foot, bring the foot back to the mat. And we're going to send the hips back into a little half splits variation. So think about drawing your left hip crease back. Left toes are flexed up towards the sky. If you have a block under your hands, you can keep it there, or you can set it off to the side. Fingertips come down to the mat. And just take a couple of breaths here. And then we're going to roll back through that front foot. We're going to plant the palms. We're going to lift the back knee. And we're going to do a fairly big move here. We're going to send that left leg back into a three-legged dog and bend the knee and open up the hip. Take an inhale in. And then as you exhale, we're going to shift it forward, coming to a half pigeon. So left knee behind the left wrist. Lengthen those right toes back behind you. Again, if you want a little support, you can bring a block underneath your left hip. Or if you would like to fold forward, you could even bring a block underneath your forehead. And whether you're on the forearms, on the hands, even though your shoulders may be supporting you here, can you bring a little bit more ease? Can you use the breath to remind the hips that it is safe to relax here? Or maybe use the breath to remind the mind that it is safe to relax. It is safe to set the to-do list aside. It is safe to set the ruminating aside. You chose to be here, practicing this video, so be here. And if you folded forward, begin to come on back up to your hands. Same big move here. Root down through your palms, lift your back knee, and send that left leg back. Three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open up your hip. And then come to your downward facing dog. If you want to walk it out here, you can. And then we'll lower those knees back down to the earth. We'll extend the right leg out long. And then bring the right toes over to the left side, taking a peek back at your foot. lengthening your side body. Maybe you pulse forward and back here. And then we'll extend that left leg behind and step the right foot, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Maybe you walk that left knee back just a tad. Finding our runner's lunge on this side. So grab a block if you want support. Same options to go deeper on this side, maybe opening to the edge of the foot. Maybe taking that quad stretch if it's calling out to you. Not forcing. Finding release. And also trusting that it's okay if this side of the body feels different. Maybe it's more tense. Maybe it feels more open. Just use it as some information. I recently learned that I lean more heavily into my left leg when I stand and when I walk, and so my left side is more tense. So that will show up in our practice, and that's the beautiful thing about yoga, is it gives us the opportunity to connect with the information our body has to share with us so that we can make adjustments and live more healthily. Let's take a couple more breaths here. And then we're going to come into that half splits variation here, sending the hips back, lifting the right toes. Draw that right hip crease back in space. Hands can be on a block or fingertips can be on the mat. And just breathe here. And we're going to roll back forward in that foot. Plant those palms, lift the back knee, and send that right leg back. Three-legged dog, bend the knee, open your hip. And then we'll shift into our half pigeon on this side. So right knee up by that right wrist. Lengthen those left toes back. Maybe bring a block under your right hip, or maybe you bring it forward to rest underneath your forehead in a fold. Letting the body open as it wants to, and go deeper when it gives you permission. And if you don't know what that permission feels like or sounds like, just keep showing up to your practice. That's how we learn. And take your time here. We'll start to come back to our hands. Tuck those back toes, root through your palms as you send that right leg back. Bend your knee, open your hip. And then come to your downward facing dog. Walk it out here. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Slowly lower your knees as wide as the mat, toes touch, and send your hips back to an extended child's pose. A little bit of length in the spine. Hips are soft and heavy. Let your elbows maybe connect here with the earth. Forehead connected with the earth as well. Few rounds of deep, slow breaths. From here, we'll slowly begin to rise, making our way into a seat with the legs extended. One final stretch here, Paschimottanasana, so send your feet long. Lengthen through your spine, reach your arms overhead, and then fold over your legs. Maybe your knees are bent, maybe the spine is lengthened, or maybe the back is rounded. And from here, begin to roll up through the spine and roll all the way down onto your back. Finding Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Bringing either one hand to the heart, the other to the belly, or bring your hand behind your head and let your elbows open wide. Close your eyes and just notice how you feel. Hopefully a bit more open, connected, and relaxed. But if that is not true for you, just notice what has come up. Again, honoring it as valuable information for where you are, how you can connect more deeply, and honor where it is that you are. If you brought your hands behind your head, you can begin to release, and we're going to bring our hands together, thumbs up to the third eye. Thank you so much for choosing to start your day with this practice, choosing to do something for yourself. Hope you can continue that theme throughout the rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.